Good morning, I'm John Milikowski, founder of Milikowski Tax Law, and this is Tax Talk. Today we're going to provide a little bit of news and updates regarding IRS and EDD audits. And obviously with everything going on in the world, financially, coronavirus, unfortunately the government is still pursuing various audits. And so let's go to the whiteboard and we kind of cover a couple points. So our firm handles both IRS and State of California audits, specifically with EDD and IRS. If you have a current IRS audit or EDD audit and you've been dealing with an auditor and the auditor has made a demand for documents, it's still pending, I can assure you that the auditors are still working the cases. Some of them do work remotely. Unless you specifically get authorization to stop the audit or the demand for documents has been extended for a couple weeks or a couple months, obviously you still want to respond to the auditor. They can still close the case. There are deadlines that the government has to assess you. It's usually a 3-year deadline from the date that you file your tax return. Whether it's an income tax return, a payroll tax return, those are all relevant time periods that the government has to still maintain. The second thing is if you have a recent notice from the government, that is still another reason to reach out to the auditor and ask what the status is and whether they're going to be pursuing the case or whether the case is going to be put on hold during the financial situation that's going on with the coronavirus. Thirdly, with AB 5 and 1099 contractors, so this is a bill that was put into law on January 1st, 2020 this year, and it mainly covers whether a worker is truly an independent contractor or an employee. I can assure you we have numerous EDD audits, and the EDD auditors, although they're not coming to our office directly to meet with us, they are doing phone audits and they're still demanding documents to be submitted to the EDD. So this is something that's still on the top top of EDD's list to pursue. You might still get an EDD audit notice, and one of the ways that an EDD audit starts is that you have an employee who files for, a worker who files for employment, and that usually triggers an audit. It might slow down the rate of the audits, but I'm pretty sure about the fact that the government will continue the audits. They will not cease altogether. And then the last thing is compliance. The government is mostly concerned about compliance. So anyone who has a payroll tax balance with IRS or EDD definitely want to reach out to the collection agents, and if they're requesting documents, bank statements, financial statements, make sure to provide those timely. You can always request for an extension, but if you don't respond to the collection agent and there's a deadline, there could be the result of a levy, a lien, and these could impact your business even further, especially if you're trying to get a loan to cover any cash flow constraints that you might have that are created by coronavirus. So I'm John Milikowski. Feel free to reach out to us. I hope you've enjoyed our blog, and I hope this information has been useful for you. Thank you.